Welcome back to another episode of the Philosophy of Chillin. I'm your host, Dunlap the Connect. And as you can see, I am joined by somebody, and I'm going to pass it off to them so they can introduce themselves.
Yo, I'm the amateur wizard. I do stuff sometimes.
For sure, man. It be like that. You talking about
Yeah, it's real.
it's not a lot of times to really go into the details and the intricacies of the things that you do.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason I invited you on the show, because I got more questions for sure.
Bet.
First of all, let me kind of preface the topic of conversation for today. Essentially, I was thinking of like different umbrellas of things that I wanted to really like address with you, and I had a lot of things that I thought about, but something that felt good to settle on was the concept of presence. So to kick off, the first thing I wanted to ask you was, what do you understand from your own presence? Whether it's the presence that you carry on a everyday basis, or on the presence of your artistry and your music.
What I carry from like my own like thoughts or presence is like really being within the moment. And I can find myself, especially on like my day-to-day life, find yourself. I feel like a lot of people can find themselves not being present for real. It's good to take a day at a time. What's the old saying? Like stop and smell the roses for real.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same thing with my artistry. Like whatever I'm creating, I just try and stay present in that moment. That's why like I say I like to wear a lot of hats, mainly because I like to do everything myself, especially when it comes to how I present myself, brand and my own brand and everything. I like to be present in that moment, and I like to think of if I'm shooting something, I'm a videographer at that point. I'm a director at that point. If I'm recording, an artist, I'm an engineer at that point. If I'm producing, I'm a producer. If I'm recording myself, I'm an artist. It's being present in that moment for whatever it calls for me to be. Take on that role.
That's real. So what about your everyday life? Like, how did you come to the acknowledgement of what you know your presence to be? Or are you still doing, discovering it too? Because that's a reality as well.
I feel like in day-to-day life, it is still discovering it, right? It's like sometimes you might be in the most mundane feelings, sitting at work in a slow moment. You kind of like think of like what am I? What do I see myself as? Like, what do I want to be? What am I attaining to be in my everyday life? And I feel like getting lost, we can get lost in that thought, and we can get lost in that thought and never even come to a conclusion. So I think it's important. It's important to just take on whatever you're doing and just like think, I am me right now. And not think too hard about everything else.
I mean, I think in layers when it comes to reality. So like, what helps you when you do get those thoughts initially? Like, how do you kind of mitigate through addressing, how it can be hard hitting to you? Does that make sense?
So you're asking like, when you get these thoughts, how can you like make sure? I guess I would temper the weather like for the moment, or.
That was a good way to put it. That was good. Oh shit. Hell yeah. Basically a version of that though, like being able to just manage what you need to work through or process right then and there in that presence versus the things that, like we ain't gotta get into that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know, like every time those thoughts hit me a lot because I'm a chronic overthinker about everything, and what helps me is just like, I don't know, getting in tune with senses. That I don't know, something about like always listening to music for me, because whenever I'm listening to music, my thoughts out the window. I'm just doing whatever the task is, or crowding something out. But that's crowding out with a lot of noise can lead to overstimulation. But I feel like just taking in,
That's true.
yeah, just taking in what's going on right now. Like you can hear the cars passing by outside, or I don't know, the texture and feel of the table cover is something that's like taking back in your senses can like zap you back into the moment. You don't get lost in thought.
Yeah. Dang, that's real though. Cause like at certain times, if I'm not, I know for a fact that being able to do something with my hands helps me kind of like manage emotions. So I'll like fidget or I'll start like doing training or some shit just so that I can focus my energy somewhere else in order to stay present, unless I am getting lost in like the task of my everyday like what honestly just the shit that comes my way really.
Yeah.
So to your point, when you get lost in the music and you get lost like assembling the components of this creative vision, first of all, what is it like for you to have to switch roles basically?
Yeah, for me, it really isn't. It isn't seamless. It's not seamless. Like I might be be doing a recording session with artists, and I'll be, I try and like make some beats or try and get into like a creative mode before, and I'm still stuck in that moment. So artist gets here, artist shows like, okay, ready to record, and I'm still thinking about uh, the composition or something like that. But for me, it's, I guess, getting started into that moment.
That's a good point.
Just getting started, yeah. And a lot about environment changes too, because I'm a bedroom producer, bedroom everything. So like staying in the same environment, you can get lost and think about other roles. You need other roles to play, but that's when I was like, oh, I gotta take a walk. I gotta take a walk.
Oh yeah, I'll be quick to be like, nah, I'm taking a walk, bro.
Just take a walk
like,
quickly.
I won't even say it sometimes. I just get to walk and hey, tell me like, shit, motherfuckers start looking for me. They like, where Dunlap go? Hey, talk. Hey, bro, she'll be back.
No, that's real. That's real. Just gotta take a walk.
Oh God.
Circle the block real quick. We can come back to this.
Real talk, bro. Let me just process this shit before I have to say something. Man. Like,
exactly.
I feel that shit.
Exactly.
I feel it. So like, okay, and even in that moment right there, because I'll process everything. I'll start thinking about it. So what brings you back? Like, what reminds you? Like, hey, bro, don't get too deep in it, man. Like.
What brings me back? Sometimes we might just get lost in it, but
that's facts. That's facts.
Sometimes you just get lost in it, but like usually it's like, I don't know, my phone.
That's real.
It is my phone. My phone never on do not disturb. That notification, I don't know, something about that. Usually people say that's negative, but this light is positive. That brings you back. Oh, I'm back in it. I'm back into the moment. That's really what it is.
Yeah, because typically somebody is hitting me up, this might be the case for you, but it's typically when either somebody needs something or like a situation in general has to be addressed, or like there are elements that need to be discussed. Like, motherfuckers don't just call me just to call me. Like, sometimes they do just to chop it up and be like, well, what's up? But other times it'd be like, hey, bro, like,
exactly.
We gotta figure this shit out.
Exactly. It's called,
Yeah, for sure. I feel that. So even in, just understanding your process in regards of, bettering how you switch in between hats and things of that sort, what is it like for you and putting your presence in the music and in the artistry? Because yes, once you actually indicate the switch needs to happen, you're in it now, or, like you say, you worry about composition, engineering, now you're switching to artist mode where you're recording, whether it's recording somebody else or recording yourself. So in regards to just, I guess, how you put yourself into that moment of the music or whatever you are doing with your artistry, what is it like doing that intentionally versus times where you're like, bro, I can tell I wasn't here when I did that, bro. Like,
you know, it's like sometimes you be getting like struck with it. Like sometimes it's that like that random inspiration or motivation when you're when you like working and that spark of creativity just comes through you. You can feel his presence versus when it's like, oh, I'm just clocking in. I gotta do this because I gotta do it. And for me, what helps to like ensure that you have that presence every time is like routine or like having routine, having some sort of thing like presets for anything, like a preset that's ready so you don't have to like if I build something, take that, boom, you're 80% of the way there, inspired to keep going, inspired to keep moving. Artists I lock in with, I always say is like artists I lock in with, I don't believe in no first take can be done. I feel like you get that first take out, oh, you got it out. It's out now. Now this is what the second, third, fourth take is, perfecting it. The same thing with like writing. You write, what's the vomit it out, just get it out all on the page. Now second draft, third draft, you're editing. And that's how I feel about really getting into that moment. You start, you get it out. Now you're ready to reel it back in and push it forward. That's how I feel like I build presence because I understand the project or what I'm working on and able to like really get involved into it. So that's how I feel.
So what is that process for you personally?
Me personally, I'll speak from like recording myself. I always make every beat I record on. For me, I make every beat I record on. And so I always get into the thought process of what was I thinking when I made the beat. And I'm honestly listening to this beat maybe 5-10 times before I write a word or before I record anything. I'm gonna have the mic sitting ready. I make sure I have all like presets, my chain. That's part of the thing, like already having it prepared. I'm sitting there, I'm just listening. I might just be humming. I might have been lost in thought at work, and I like had a lyric that I was been working on, have a hook, just repeating it, and then I record. And I might record something, and once I finally get it all out, I have it all out. That's the first draft. Usually the first draft don't sound that good because I was really just getting it out. However it comes out of my mouth. Then I go back the second, third time, and then boom. That's kind of how working through recording music. That's how it works for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
So how do you know when that element that makes it its own is there? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. That was like really hard actually to think about, because when you like make something, it's like, dang, how does this differ from? Is this complete? Like, is it finished?
Facts. Like, because even in the sense of presence, like, I want to tap into like, what your presence as a person brings to the flavor of what you're doing and, the rooms that you're stepping yourself into. But also in a sense of like the music itself too, like each song ain't the same.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, because you know that already and this process that you're going to, even though there is a routine embedded in there, each element of the routine creates its own kind of like flavor when it comes to the songs or whatever you're working on.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you determine when it's done and the people can see it? Because I mean, in hindsight, it'll never be finished. Because, once you put it out in the public, it's going to be like, feedback,
yeah.
tear. Hey, constructive. You know what I'm saying?
I'm one thing, like, you can't sit on anything for too long. You sit on everything. Once you finish, you got something finished.
That's cool.
I feel like it's got to be shared. Eventually, it's got to be shared immediately, because the longer you sit with it, the longer you don't think, I can go back. I can go back.
Oh, that's true.
I can go back.
That's that perfectionism,
It's that
whatever you want to
perfectionism.
call
Ooh,
it.
it's like me like crazy. Like
real.
that's why like especially when I'm doing videography for like somebody else, I'm doing a music video. As soon as I get that final edit done, I send it off. I send it off immediately because I cannot sit on it. If I sit on it for more than an hour, 5 minutes,
that's real though.
I gotta go back in. I gotta cut this. I gotta cut this. I gotta add this. As soon as I get a draft I'm happy with and feel like, oh, this will be great, I'm sending it off. I'm sending it off. And maybe just the immediate circle. Maybe it's boom, uploading it. The distribution is ready to go out in a week.
At least one. Hey, you talking about
exactly.
Somebody else gonna get this.
Somebody else need to hear this. Somebody else gonna hear this. Somebody else gonna see this. It's gotta be out. Like I gotta get it out of my brain because then once I feel like somebody else has seen it, then it's finished. That's my feeling.
That's real. No, that's real. I feel it. I mean, even to that point, that's just a testament to the differences between being particular and then, you know what I'm saying, hindering yourself and your own progress. Because at the end of the day, like, yeah, you're gonna always have something to tweak because you're evolving, or you know, you're supposed to. So like each evolution stage, you're gonna look at the previous shit and be like, I could have did that better. I could have did that better. But that's supposed to be it. Cause like you said, to your point, you sit on it. You ain't never gonna have nothing to look back on and be like, damn, I could have did this, I could have did that. Like, fuck all the comments. Like you gotta have something to reference.
Exactly.
That's real. Okay. So considering just the reasons why you're creating, because I have a couple questions in regards to this, but what are you trying to input into the world of, I guess, this melting pot of creativity? Like what are you expecting for your artistry to bring in regards to its presence?
Yeah, so I don't know. We always have like this big idea of like, oh, I gotta say something big. I gotta say something. I gotta have some point to prove or something. And like, I could say that, and I would, but I know I'd be lying.
That's real.
I'd be lying.
That's real.
I mean, sometimes I might have like an idea, but that's not my full thing. Like an idea
gotta
of
be though,
something to preach.
Yeah.
You know, I just really like. I just think my voice need to be heard.
That's real.
And I feel like that's like a
that's enough
for every creative. You got something to say, no matter how much the real world should care about it. But because of your voice, you just got to get out there. I feel like that's a every creative's dream. You just got to get your voice out there in whatever medium it takes. That's kind of how I feel. It's like,
I felt with that.
I just gotta get my voice out. I just gotta say something. I gotta put my presence out there.
So I have a question for you. What brought you to the point to be able to acknowledge the fact that you were committed to doing that? Because, I mean, you could have your thoughts.
Yeah.
And you could just tell the folks around you, you know what I'm saying, hang your swagger. But, I mean, you actually put in time and energy and investments. And hopefully it creates stepping stones to where, you know what I'm saying, it leads to longevity.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's like, I guess like proving to myself that I can do it.
That's real.
So I simply just like, you know, simply having the thoughts or just having like, oh, I did this sometimes. You might look back 15 years. Oh yeah, I used to be into this for a little bit. I was like, nah, I gotta prove to myself that it's like, I can create this. I can do this. And it's maybe not even like not a real like recognition I'm looking for. It's more of, I have this world, like really it comes to me like as a world, this is how I see it. I'm gonna build this world, and as soon as I create that, And maybe the work never finishes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's proving myself that I can create this world that came to my vision.
That's real. That's enough.
That's enough. That's enough for me to commit.
Yeah. I mean, that's good though, because like, even for myself, it came to a point where I had to accept the fact that you living and breathing. Either you gonna live and breathe for something else, or you gonna live and breathe for yourself.
Ooh, that is. Ooh.
Appreciate you, bro.
Oh my gosh, that's that's real. That's real.
I appreciate that.
That
man.
is real. That
Nah,
is
like
real.
for real, like, and it's crazy because like the reality we live, like, especially if you understand like aspects of the streets, like it could be so easy,
Mhm.
like, but we here. So what the fuck we gonna do with it? Shit, might as well.
Might as well.
All right. I'm gonna ask a couple more questions in regards to that, and then we're gonna transition to the last couple minutes of the episode. And just to give you a heads up, because you know sometimes motherfuckers be like, you didn't give me no chance. Think about it. I be like, behind camera, so I'm gonna give you enough time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It'll be that portion where you can ask me anything you want to, whether it's in regards to the topics of presence or any other topics outside of that. So before we get into that, a couple more questions I wanted to ask. What have you gotten in response to putting your music? Like, what is, I guess, the environment that you've heard your artistry creates for others? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've heard nostalgic. I've heard like a nostalgic base in my music. It's because I pull a lot from underground hip hop or underground, not even just hip hop, underground music from like the past 20 years. And that's what I kind of compile into the music I put out. So I hear a lot of like, oh, this nostalgia like this brought back a time for me to be like, bro, this brought back a thing for me. And what I try to create is the feeling I feel when I listen to music from that time. It's always like a euphoric base. It's euphoria to me. That's what I try to create through my music. I guess that nostalgic euphoria is what connects to my audience.
So that's crazy that you answered that question, because that was the next question I was going to ask you. So I'm going to flip it and really try to get into what aspects of that euphoria connected with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're creating this world, what about that world drew you in?
You know what? I think it all starts. Yeah, it's crazy because like last week I was listening to music. I was listening to Pierre Bourne, and this TikTok came up, and it's like, Pierre, the reason you can play Mario Kart so well to Pierre Bourne. And I was like thinking, like, wow, it's because it's like the simple, repetitive melodies or something. It connected me back to like, wow, I've played a lot of video games, and a lot of my artistic inspiration come from video game music. And now every time I listen to a song, video game OST, anime OST, or just regular music, I feel like it brings me into the world of whatever the story is or whatever it is. That's why I think like albums are huge. Because I feel like albums are their little worlds, their little plots, their own little concepts. Themes.
That's true.
Exactly.
It's very intentional from beginning to end. Like, that's what it's meant to be. Like, separate from them singles where it's supposed to stand on its own, but a song in the album, you gotta figure out the rest of the puzzle. You feel me?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I feel that, and that's crazy because like even being, I love being in the world of animation and like esports and shit like that. Like, the energy be crazy in those spaces,
No,
man.
it'd be
Like,
huge.
oh, I love it so much. So I get what you're saying, because like it does, because your mind is doing so many things at one time. Especially if you're the player, like you just need something to support, just all that computing and shit like that that's
Yes,
going
yeah.
on. And it's that music that really come in and be like that tone setter that be like, oh yeah, I'm finna get this shit.
Yeah, especially like they even like film scores for real. Like the film score, like The Godfather, you think, oh shit, somebody about to die, somebody about to blow up. Like it's a whole thing. Like, oh, this is some serious shit I'm watching.
Yeah, man.
It all creates everything. Like, I think that's why it brings me to like outside of the music, other avenues.
Mm-hmm.
So that's love it.
I love that for you too, man. Okay, so one more question. Well, I guess two more questions. Well, I'm gonna lead with this one first. So, going back to you as the creator of the things that you are putting into this atmosphere, what have you seen your presence contribute to the environments that you're placed in?
I like to think I inspire others to do not what I'm doing, but inspire others to like, put their own presence in things. Like how I said, like my inspiration or motivation towards committing to what I do is like just wanting to get my voice out there, wanting my presence to get out there. I kind of want to inspire others in the space I'm in, with people that surround me, and people I surround myself with. I hope to inspire them to, get their voice out there. I even try and like get, even with people that might already be years into what they're developing themselves to be, years past me. Maybe their voice is already out there. Their voice been out there. I would draw that energy, draw towards that energy, and draw it towards other people that might be less developed than me. That's how I feel. Like, that's how I like to think of myself through a lens of others.
Kind of like a conduit.
Yeah.
For sure. I fuck with that though. Cause like you got enough around you, everybody just reflecting off the same energy and just honestly make it stronger than what it would have been individually. No bullshit.
Definitely.
Nah, I fuck with that for sure though.
Definitely. I have a white friend.
Uh-oh. Everybody need their white friends. Hey, Tomo. Shout out Cat Williams.
Shout out Cat Williams. I got a white friend. He said the importance of squad. We all move together. The importance of squad for importance of squad. Bro.
That's real though.
Importance of squad.
So man, shout out to you, bro. I feel that, and that is something that's needed, especially in regards to development and the journey along the way for shit show. So, last question for real. What are you hoping that your presence kind of evolves within you?
I hope it evolves a more realized self, like, Buddhist way, reaching nirvana, like my own sort of nirvana, where like,
I fuck with that.
If you sense you have this potential within yourself, it only makes sense to try and tap at it until you unlock it. And see your full realized potential. Seeing your own realized potential is like seeing yourself realize, like, this is who I'm meant to be. And that's what I chase every day.
I like that. That was good. Damn. I'm gonna have to. Now I've researched a lot of religions, but I'm not gonna say a lot. Like it's been like more than 5, so maybe like 3 or 4. But I gotta look into that. Now I've been I didn't come across it as I've been doing research, but I haven't actually like dug into their principles and things of that sort. And I just love learning, like, so I add that to the repertoire of the holy scriptures. But essentially, now we're in the last couple of minutes of the episode where you can really ask me anything you want to. Oh dang, wait. Okay, wait, hold on. One more question. All right. I just thought about it. So going into the projects that you've already created and the things that you're excited to continue creating, what's the vision of your matriculation through those different avenues? Like, well, what's some things you really want to touch and develop in, or like really kind of just, I guess, create a staple in?
I want to be known as a really effective storyteller.
That's good.
Like a storyteller. So like I feel like everything I touch can always be incorporated into some type of story. Like for real. Like that's how I feel. So everything I've created, everything I'm going forth to create, what I'm excited is in the bag, in the tuck right now, I feel like go towards the development of the story. That's how I feel about it.
Oh shit. Okay. That inspired one more question. Okay, bet. Okay, last one, I swear to God. All right. So considering all of those elements and things that we just discussed thus far, have you ever had moments where you have seen your presence either feel influenced or manipulated in the rooms that you've been in? Or have there been things that have helped you kind of protect your energy and your presence, and in not just in the things that you create with your artistry, but for yourself too?
No, 100%. I'm like a sponge to the energy around me.
That's real.
I kind of like I've always been. I realized that myself as like a child. Just whatever energy I'm around is what I'm like soaking in. It took me so long to actually monitor that. Though.
Yeah, that's real.
Even though I knew that by myself, didn't mean I was trying my hardest to like.
That's
maybe
real.
I should be around these soul sucking people.
No, that's facts. Let's learn from experience.
Terrible soul sucking situation. I'm just now learning now. It's like, all right, let's chase to be around the people that enrich us. Chase around opportunities to enrich others. Motivating, inspiring energy. Do motivating, inspiring things and hobbies rather than just torture ourselves for fun. That's how I see when, like, once you know what's going on. Yeah, that's what I'm just now stepping into.
That's real. That's real. I'm glad I asked that question. I'm glad I asked it. Okay, now we're in the last
One more question.
And you can ask all the questions that you would like to. It don't have to be in regards of presence, but it's open to you.
I do have one that's like kind of close to around presence, but like, how do you feel that like your own spirituality, not necessarily religion, but like your own spirituality goes into how you go towards developing your presence?
That's a good question. It's definitely complex because it's something I'm experiencing now where I have to be willing to accept the puzzle pieces that I understand to be true, which is the reason why it's been difficult to fully step into it, because I know what it can incite in regards to energy and presence. And I say that because, again, I've studied a lot of different religions, specifically Christianity, Islam. Those are the two standouts because I read the Quran and I read different versions of the Holy Bible, and my great grandma is Pentecostal. So even in those two alone, the different layers of acknowledging what individuals associate to be true in our reality, it's like, damn, I recognize the realistic elements of it. I recognize the verbiage and the principles that are inscribed in these texts. But I also have an understanding that it's more than that. Like it's the things that these religions reflect are somewhat limiting to what I understand in spirituality for God to truly represent.
Yeah.
Like you can't for some of these principles, yes, there are guiding tools that people as humans may need and associate to help them deal with their individual, you know, um, processing of the things that they've been introduced to.
Yeah.
And I can respect that. But at the same time, the way in which I develop as a spiritual being, I have to be able to acknowledge it, recognize it, but also understand the grander aspect of it too. And that's kind of what gets incorporated into how I'm trying to realize myself, because logistically speaking, female, woman, I'm not finna go down the argument. It's a tunnel, and we not finna be here all day. But I'm gonna just put them out there because I need the folks to know, like, these are the things that, like, even that alone, that's just an example. Like, yes, there are arguments for these for generations for a reason. I understand that, but it's so much bigger than that. It literally is.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
Challenging myself to be able to acknowledge and then also, I guess, be that conduit of like, hey, bro, your brain is braining, but it can do a little bit more. Like that's
it's like you're willingly restricting yourself from
yes.
what is obvious to you.
Yes, and it's like the elements and the principles, like some of them is core elements. Like, yes, like I support you. I recognize the truth in those. But there's some crucial elements and actions that y'all are doing that it's not translating. Like it's too small of a box.
Yeah.
Like what? But you know what? I'm not. That's gonna be it for another day. I promise you. Like even in terms of like this platform, I just have thoughts sometimes. I be like, bro, what if I talk to somebody and it's recorded, and they're, let's just say, a pastor. That's gonna be the craziest episode. Like,
it's about to turn into a debate.
Yo, like we just gonna be. I'm for sure. I get you, Pastor. Yeah. But let's talk about, okay, now you mad. Damn, what we gonna do now? Hey, keep recording, I need evidence. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Wait.
Any more questions? Hey, bro, I swear to God, that shit played in my head. I bust out laughing. I was like, bro, this the shit I be talking about. Like, motherfuckers, they say, like, bro, we want you to realize yourself. And I'm like, hey.
Do you really?
Do you really? Do you really? Because I will start fires in this bitch. Like, but like.
No, that's really sad.
But I'm walking a little bit more in it every day. Like, shit. Yeah. If God ain't take me out yet, I'm here for a reason.
Exactly. That's real. Clock that for real.
No, for sure though. Like, yeah, you crazy up here. Hence the logo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly. So, I guess the philosophy of chilling. Like, what is in your mind ideal way of chilling?
Shit. Damn, that's good one. That's actually crazy you asked that. I got this self-improvement book because I always like to like just have new tools to kind of like help either increase the practice of or to introduce something new that I could, Mm-hmm. Anyway, one of the activities that they had was draw a picture of your stress and then draw a picture of your calmness. And in my stress, I just had like this kind of like a firecracker, where you got the inside of the firecracker, and then you got like the explosion, but then you got the dust and shit around it, and then you got the sparks that's flying out and shit like that. So like I had like all colors in that hoe, but I had like 4 like core colors in a bitch, like red, green, blue. And in my calmness, I still had those same like 3 colors, but I had them to like, it was surrounding like an island. Like the green represented the island, like so the earth in the middle, and then around the earth was like this ring of fire, and then around the fire was like this ring of water, like trying to keep all the shit in bay and shit like that. But I drew those pictures because it wasn't the fact that it wasn't there anymore, like the elements that, you know, created the stress. It was just the fact that I like to be in a position to where I can identify the shit that's happening. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily finna put all my force and energy in responding to it. So like, to answer your question, like that's really, and that's funny you say that, because I have a video I recorded that actually answers that exact topic.
Oh, wow.
It's called episode Through the Philosophy of Chillin. It'll actually, I don't know when it'll be released, but anyway, that's basically how I view it. Like, it's not to say that I don't recognize reality for what it is and what reality has made society be today. It's just the fact that I would rather I be able to identify everything and just understand how to manage the emotions involving it, so that it doesn't necessarily control or create like this huge explosion and disruption of just like random ass, well, not random ass, it'll be precise energy, but like shit,
Yeah,
it'll be intense.
that crash out point.
You know what I'm saying?
That crash out point. Ooh.
And nobody likes it when I'm mad, bro. Like I would forever say that shit. Like,
You never do it. It's always be like, you be around, you be chilling. You chilling. You get mad once. So, make you mad no more. Ooh. No matter what, slight beat just coming. Ooh, I ain't done like mad.
Yeah, man, it's okay. I manage it every day, and I'm trying to get better, because like I don't want to be doing that shit.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to not have memories and then that be a crash out. Like, what the fuck? That's a blackout. Fuck that. Fuck that shit, man. Hell no. But yeah, any more questions?
That was really it, bro.
All right.
I appreciate being. This is great.
Shit, this actually was funnier than I thought it would be. I can't lie. I can't count to you, bro. I knew it was gonna be good, but I was like, damn, that was funny, bro. But with that being said, we could really be asking questions, sitting here and talking to y'all, talking to ourselves, honestly, all day. But we gotta go, so that means y'all do too. So before we leave, my man is about to tell you everything you need to know to tap into what he does, see the things that he do, and listen too. So go ahead and let them know where to find you.
Yo, I'm the Amateur Wizard on Instagram and TikTok is the Amateur Wizard _. I post a lot of junk on there. My music, the Amateur Wizard, all platforms. I post on YouTube too. Tap in. If anybody here that actually still watched my YouTube channel, I know that I stopped The Artist's Way at week 4. I'm restarting it. We're going back in week 5. We're gonna continue it.
That's what matters.
Exactly, that's what matters. Don't nobody come after me. We start week 5. We start week 5 this week. Just tap in. Be ready for the next episode. Thank you guys.
For sure. Well, we out of here. Peace.